Am I audible now? Hello? हेलो हेलो। आवाज आ रही है मेरी? हेलो। क्या हो गया ये? Where is the setting? Speaker, Jabra, mic, Jabra, everything is okay. Guys, am I audible? Hello? Venkat, Shikha, Anil. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm constantly speaking since last 5 minutes and no one is responding. So, did you able to hear my voice or it was not coming up? आवाज आ रही थी मेरी?
सर आ रहा है सर आ रहा है सुनाई दे सर
No, I was constantly speaking hello, hello, hello since last 5 minutes. Even I rejoined the meeting as well, but no one was responding. So I just disconnected my mic. Let me connect it again. Audible? Is the voice coming up right now?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what was the problem. And what time you were seeing on the portal?
Yeah, it is showing 9:45, sir. Earlier.
There is a problem. Clearly, I told Anamika yesterday as well. पता नहीं, they are trying to integrate the portal with the Zoom directly, and in the Zoom the timing is mentioned as 9. The meeting link has been shared for 9. I joined at 9, nobody joined, then I disconnected the session. Then on the portal the timing was not updated. Then I changed the time. I changed it to I think 9:20. So I don't know what time you were getting. 9:45. Yeah,
No, sir. Which time, sir? 9:40 approx.
9:40. Currently, you know what I can see, it's 9:30, 21:30.
Yes, sir. Matlab, recently I have joined.
I don't know what is the issue. Let me share my screen. I have set up the meeting for 9 actually, 9 p.m. for this class AWS. So it was set up for 9 p.m. And Anamika told me yesterday that the portal, this portal that you used to log in, this one, it has been integrated with the AWS. It has been integrated with the Zoom, this Zoom platform. So I set up the call for 9 p.m. and it was not working yesterday night. So she told me that you don't need to do any. Provider have their data center and customer choose the location according to their convenient, according to their latency, according to their working area. If you talk about in the entire world, which cloud is the biggest in terms of data, in terms of region, then what do you think? Which one would be the bigger, AWS or Azure? In terms of region, in terms of physical data centers, what do you think?
AWS.
AWS, okay. AWS regions. It changes time to time. Like every month they are doing some addition in the regions. So currently AWS have 81 data center within 25 countries. Within 25 countries, it has 81 availability, 81 data center. Even from the portal, you can also count it. From your AWS console, you can see it. So currently, this is the scenario, 81 availability zone. Availability zone I will discuss in detail in the next session. And it has 25 geographies, means in 25 different countries, it has 81 physical offices. If you talk about in Azure, Azure will have around 130 something. But they are also planning to add 5 more. See, Azure, this is a very old article. 28, it was there in 2010 something. Currently, Azure will have around 130 physical data centers in the entire world. And they have their footprints in China as well. They have their data center in India as well. They have their data center for US government as well. So Azure is the cloud provider in the world which has highest data center in the world. So Azure is the number one in terms of physical data center. AWS only have some limited data centers in the world. Although it is the first cloud in the market, it is good in terms of services, but when it comes to data center, it has few data centers as compared to Azure. Azure is rapidly adding the data centers in the world because of their Microsoft user base. Because on the client end, it has a lot of Microsoft operating system usage. So that's the reason they are adding a lot of data centers in the world. So Azure has around 130 data center in the entire world. GCP has only 17, but they are also trying to add 10 more. That's in preview, that's in launch, but currently it has 17 only. So this is the region concept. Whatever resource company creates, whatever servers they deploy under a particular location, under a particular region. And most of the region, there is a pairing concept actually. So there is a geography. Geography means the country. Inside the geography, there is a region. Region means the location where the actual data center is there. Just like in India, there is a location called Central India. So Central India is what? Region. In the region, there will be one of the data center. Data center means physical site, physical IT infrastructure of AWS. So in portal, you can easily identify East US is our geography, North Virginia is our region, and it has one of the data center. The name is US-East-1.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, here it shows as Asia Pacific Mumbai. In Mumbai also we have a data center.
Yes. In Mumbai also.
Okay. In India, how many data centers are there? Sir?
In India, for Azure, it has 3. One is in preview, 2 is directly working. And in AWS, they have one of the preview in Mumbai. Just with the Google Office, they have the tie-up. So they have one of the preview in Mumbai location, but that is not live yet for AWS. For Azure, it is live. For Azure, it is there in your Chennai location and Pune location, and Hyderabad is pending. So for Azure, it is 3. For AWS in Mumbai, they have 2.
Sir, in Delhi and Gurgaon also, it has data center.
They are planning. They don't have any data center of AWS. Who is speaking? Let me mute. See, they don't have any data center. AWS don't have any data center in Gurgaon, Noida, or Delhi something. They only have their data center. One of the data center which is in preview version in India, that is in Mumbai. In Noida, they are planning. They have done the tie-up with the chief minister, but that will take a lot of time. So they are planning it in the Noida location. Even the site has been finalized. It will be the merger with the Infosys. They are going to sign up one of the data center in collaboration with the Infosys. So Infosys may support their on-premises infrastructure, but that is a future story. The tie-up, the MOM has been signed, but the work is not started yet. So it may take around 4 to 5 years maybe, or if they will start in a good speed, then it may take 2 to 3 years. So currently they have only in Mumbai, which is live. For Azure, they have 3, but for AWS in India, they have only 1. Understood?
Yes,
So
sir.
every resource, yes.
Sir, in the same list, at last, it shows Hyderabad also. Sir.
That's in preview. That's
Oh.
in preview. That,
Okay.
see, this is not working. This is
Okay, it's
grayed
yet
out.
to come, sir.
Which one?
Hyderabad.
Yeah, Hyderabad. See, Hyderabad, they will have one, but it's not live. It is not working. See, it is grayed
Okay.
out.
Okay.
So it's under preview. Mumbai one is launched, but again, it is not fully launched. But you can create the resources. They have that kind of infra. But Hyderabad is in preview. Even the Hyderabad for Azure is also in preview. Hyderabad is not opened. Hyderabad site is not live for Azure as well. It is work in progress. So 10 regions are not enabled. These one are in preview version. These one are live. So we can create our resources, our infrastructure on any of this region. Now, there is one concept of regional peering. Regional pair. What is this regional pair? You might have noticed that on the portal, you can see East US, East US 1, East US, East US 2. See, both are East US 1, 2. US best 1, US best 2. So in the East US, AWS have 2 data center. This is the meaning that in the East US, AWS have 2 data center. One is in North Virginia region, another one is in Ohio region. The first data center is US-East-1, and the second one is US-East-2. It means in the USA, if one site is down, suppose I have all my resources in the North Virginia region. I have all my infrastructure in the North Virginia region. Due to any technical issue or due to any physical climate issue, if the physical site is down, if the North Virginia is down, I have another data center in East US as well, which is in Ohio location. That is East 2. So there is a concept of regional pair. In every cloud, there is a concept of regional pair. What is the regional pair? So in the same country, in the same region, they will have at least 2 data center depending upon their user base. In US, they have a lot of customers. So in entire US West, East, North, they have a lot of data centers. So in the East US, you can see there are 2 physical data centers, 2 physical offices, 2 physical sites. If one is down, every region is mostly paired with another region in the same geography. Just like in East US, they have 2 data centers. So these 2 will be directly interconnected. If one is down, then AWS can transfer the traffic to another region. If North Virginia is down, the traffic means the infrastructure can be transferred to East Ohio. Meanwhile, it is getting troubleshooted. We can access our workload from the Ohio location, from the second data center. It will not take much time. It will only take 15 minutes for transfer, for replication. So this is called regional pairing concept. So where you can see 1 and 2 kind of numbers that is paired with each other. East US, one data center, East US, another data center. US best, first data center in North California, US best in Oregon, second data center is there. Where you cannot see 2 or 3, it means it has only one. Just like in Asia Pacific, in Mumbai, it has only one. But in Asia Pacific, there is one Osaka area. There is one Osaka. This is in Asian country, in European area. So there is one data center, which is number 3. It means in Asia, you can see there is 1, 2. 1, 2 means 2 location. Singapore and Sydney is nearby. Tokyo is in Japan area. So in Japan area, it has 1. And here you can see 1, 2, 3. Singapore, Seoul, again, they are nearby. Osaka, they are nearby in the Asian countries, and they have 3 data center location. So this number 1, 2, 3 means the number of data centers that they have. So in the same region, if you can see multiple data centers, so by default, they will be paired with each other. They will be connected with each other through the high capacity fiber links. Same concept is there in Azure. Same concept is there in AWS. There is a paired concept region in Azure as well. So if you want to check it from the site, AWS paired concept, paired regions, you can check it from here as well. See, global infrastructure of AWS. So from here, you can also see in North America, how many data centers we have. Since I'm logged in with my portal, so it got redirected there. If you will log out from your portal, then see, now you can see. So in North America, these are the live locations. See, Canada West is coming soon. This blue one is live. Origin, it was launched in 2011. Then in North California, it is launched in 2003. And once you will drag your pointer, see, I am in North America region. In North America, if I will drag my pointer in the blue part, then in Origin location in the North area, there are 4 availability zone. What is this availability zone? These are the separate offices. Like I have the data center in North America. We are in the North America area. In the North America, we have the data center in Origin. It was launched in 2011. And in Origin location, in Origin city, we have 5 offices. We have 5 data center. Similarly, if I drag my pointer here in the Canada Central, it got launched in 2016. It is also the part of North America, and it has 3 availability zone. Availability zone concept I will discuss later on as well. There is a practical for this, but for now, just understand availability zone means number of data centers. So in Canada Central only, it has 3 data center locations. It has 3 physical sites. If one site is down in Canada Central, it has another 2 sites available. So the blue one is live, the red one is in progress. The work is under progress. See, coming soon. And the green one is your region. It is looking like the blue. So whatever you want to see, whatever region you want to see in a particular geography, you can just click and you can just see. If you want to see in Middle East, how many live locations we have. So you have 2 locations in the Middle East. The first one is in Bahrain, and the second one is in UAE. UAE means your Dubai area, Emirate area, Qatar, Dubai and all. So in UAE area, it has 3 physical data centers. It was launched in 2022. So AWS is also expanding their data center, their region, but Azure has a lot of data centers in the world, but AWS is also expanding. You can see it got launched in 2022. So in every quarter, in every 3 months, you will see the new news in every cloud, whether AWS, Azure, GCP, you will hear very latest kind of news in every quarter. So that's the reason you cannot remember how many regions it has. You cannot remember the number because it will change very rapidly. So better option is always go to the site, always check the numbers there. Always have the live information. So I am pasting this link in your chat box as well for your reference. You can refer this one to understand. Now, so is there any issue with the region concept and regional pair? Any issue? Silence means no.
No, sir.
Okay, then let's start another topic. Let's start our IAM. Identity and access management. This is the full form of this service. IAM, identity and access management. Now, what is this IAM? So IAM is a global service in AWS. Now, what is this? Every company will have their employees. That is called users. If you are in HCL, they will have their employees. That is called users. And every users will have their company accounts, which is called user account. In your current company where you guys are working, the user accounts are there that is created on the Active Directory because they have the on-premises setup. If they have the full Linux setup, it will be created on the Linux. If they have the Microsoft setup, it will be created on the Active Directory. Similarly, if the company have their infrastructure on AWS or any cloud, their user accounts will be created on the cloud portal. The company employees user account will be created on the cloud portal. So in AWS, in order to create the user account, we use IAM, Identity and Access Management Service. In Azure, it is different. In Azure, it is Azure Active Directory. In AWS, it is IAM, Identity and Access Management. So through Identity and Access Management, what we can do, we can create the identities. What is identity? So identity means the user account. If 10,000 employees are working in a company have their full infrastructure on AWS, then we will create the identities, the user accounts of the employees on AWS console. Understood this one?
Yes.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
every
sir.
identity means every user will have their attributes. User is called object. User account is called object technically, and every object will have their attributes. Now, what is this attribute? Suppose I am a user, Rajesh. What is my attribute in company? My attribute is something, suppose I am technical solution architect. This is my profile. Suppose my contact number is this. My email ID is this. In company, suppose my email ID is this. And suppose my band is this. Then my office location is suppose it is Noida. My reporting manager is suppose a person. So this is called the attribute. The properties of the user account is called attribute. So the related things, the things which is related to a user, that is called his attributes. I am this one. I have this property. This is my profile. This is my number. This is my office location. This is my registered email ID. I report to this manager. I sit in this office location. My extension number is suppose this one. So this is called my attribute, my property. So every object will have their attributes. So object and their attributes. If the company have the cloud setup, if they are using AWS, so object and attributes will be created from the IAM, from Identity and Access Management. If they have the on-premises setup, that will be created from the Active Directory. So the company where you guys are working, they have their on-premises setup mostly. So they have their accounts in the Active Directory portal. Understood this IAM part? What is this all about?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, any question? Now, let's go to the portal then. We are in the portal. Let's go inside the console. In order to use the IAM services, in order to create the user accounts on the AWS portal, you can go to the search or you can go to services as well. And you can type IAM, Identity and Access Management. Here you can see the IAM option is coming. Just click on this IAM. Once you click on the IAM, you can see IAM dashboard. In the IAM dashboard, you can see there is no user. User is 0. Group is 0. Policy, we will discuss this later on. It is 0. Identity provider is 0. Role is 2. And there is one user account, which is root. which is the direct root. And who is that root? It's me. I am the administrator of this account. So you can see root user has no active access key. And this is the ID of the root. But apart from the root, there is no other user account. Root is the administrator. Apart from the administrator, there is no user account. It is 0. If you see on the left side, you can see there is one option called users. If you will click on the users option, you can see no resource. There is no user account. So I am the administrator, but company will not give the admin rights to every user account. Depending upon their profile, depending upon their designation in the company, they will be getting their user accounts. So currently you can see there is no user account. In order to create the user account, what you will do, you will simply click on add users. So the user account that you add, that is called IAM user. And you can provide them limited rights. Why we are creating the user? So that we can assign them rights so that they can use our services. If they want to use any server, if they want to use any application which is there on cloud, if they want to use any networking feature which is there on cloud, if they want to do any programming on the server, so how they will do it, how the employee will do it. So they would need one of the user account. And on the user account, we means the administrator, the root will provide the rights. Basis on that right, the user would be able to use the services. That's the reason of user account creation. Because we cannot give the root, user ID and password to every employee in the company. They will have the full access then. They can do anything. So that's the reason there will be IAM user creation, identity and access management. So IAM users are the general user to whom we can assign the permissions. We can assign the roles according to their requirement. They will not have full access. Whatever permission the root account will provide, only those permission will be applicable to this user. So this concept is called least privilege management. The concept when we assign the rights to the user, that is called least privilege management. Basis on their role in the company, user will get the permissions, user will get the rights. So we should always keep the permissions limited. If they need 3 permissions only, then we should only provide them 3 permission. That this concept is called least privilege management. Least means very few, because root has the maximum privilege. Rest of the user account will have the least privilege. Whatever root will assign them, only those privilege will come to these users. So the normal user account is called IAM user in the AWS. And there is one root user account, which is the admin, which is the admin of the AWS portal. And here you can see it is showing as global. We are in the IAM, it is showing global. Why? Because IAM is the global service. User, the user which is created on the AWS portal, they can log in from any part of the world. Today I am in India. Tomorrow, if I will take my laptop and go to the US, if I will connect with the US internet, then still I would be able to log in with my user account because this is there on the AWS portal. And IAM is the global service. It is not specific to any particular geography. It is not specific to any particular region. Even you can see the region option is not highlighted here. It is grayed out because IAM is the global service. It is applicable in the entire world. It is not something that you belong to India, so you can only log in from India location. You can go to anywhere in the world and you can get login. Even though we can restrict the access, suppose I want that I am in India. If I go to UAE, so my account should not work in the UAE location. So for security reason, you can block it. I will tell you how to do that. But by default, it is global access. It has the global access. So currently there is no user account. In order to create the user, what you will do? Let me show you from the beginning. You will simply search IAM You will open the IAM. You will go to the user in the left side. No users, just click on add users. Here you will have to give the username. So username means the name of user. Suppose the username is test. So I have written test. This is the condition. You can use maximum 64 characters in the username. It will accept only these things. Apart from this, it is not going to accept any other letter. It can accept capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9 number, and special character only plus minus at the rate hyphen. That's it. If you will use hash, it will not work. If you will use any space, it will not work. If you will use dollar, it will not work. So these are the special condition. It is case sensitive. Now, user account is created. Do you want to provide access to the user to use the AWS console? Do you want that this user, this test user, can use the AWS portal as well? Is it a normal user account, or you want him the access to be provided on the portal as well? Suppose this is the technical user. He belongs to IT department. He is one of the AWS administrator. He is on L1 position. I don't want to give him complete right on the portal. He will be working on the limited services. He will not be working on the full services as an architect. He is just one of the cloud engineer on L1 band. So I want to provide him the limited rights. I want to assign the console access to him, but roles I will assign. So in order to provide the console access, you will simply check this option, provide user access to AWS Management Console. In case you don't provide it, then a normal user account will be created, just like the company sales department user, HR department user. But if the user is technical, if he is working, he or she is working on the AWS portal, then you will have to assign the portal access as well. So just check it, because generally you will be creating the accounts for the technical people. Then this one I will discuss later on. I have not started the identity center part yet. For now, you have to select this one. I want to create an IAM user. I will create one of the IAM user. Then what password you want to assign to this user? This option is coming up. So if you want to assign the auto-generated password, then you will select this option. Then AWS is going to assign one of the automatic password to this particular user. If you want to assign any password manually, if you want to give your own password, just give me 1 minute. So yes, so if you want to manually give the password, you can select this option and you can give the password to the user account. If you want to use the auto-generated password, you can also do it. If you want to assign manual, you can also do it. It is up to you. So I am giving one of the custom password. In your practical, once you will do your practical, use both the option just to get familiar. In case you want, I will also show you this option right now. So just start with the custom password option. This is the password condition. It should be at least 8 character long. And this is the what we can say case sensitive natures that has to be fulfilled. So I am giving one of the password which is capital ASD @12345678890. This is one of the easy password that I am giving for this user account. Now, in case you want to show, this is the password. There is one checkbox. It says user must create a new password at the sign in. It means I will create the user account of test and I will share this password to the user that this is your password in order to log in. Once the user will log in, he or she will have to change the password according to their convenient. Whatever password they would like to have, they would like to save, they can have it. They can change it according to their requirement. So for security purpose, we should always check this option in the real company so that user can change the password according to their convenient. Otherwise, we will also know the password of user. So that is not a good security practice. So you might have seen that in every company, whether it is on premises, also the user will get the option to change their passwords. So I will also select this option. If I will not select this option, then user cannot change the password. User will have to use this password only. If you will not select this. If you will select this, then user will have to change the password during the first sign in. So you can use both, but in company, it should be selected so that user can change the password. But for your personal practical, you can unselect this as well. So I'm selecting this one because we will only do the things as per the company requirements. Next. Then it is saying to add to a group, copy the permission. Group part, permission part, I will discuss later on. Just click on next. Here you can see there is one user, test. Test will be created. Password I have set custom, means I have given the manual password, and require password reset for the user is enabled. User will have to change the password. Now what I need to do, tag option I will discuss later on. That is also the part. It is also one of the topic. Just click on create user. We are just creating a normal user. We have not assigned any permission to the user yet. Now here you can see console sign in details. So this is the detail related to the user. This is the URL that user will use in order to log into the portal, in order to access the AWS. Username is test and the password is this one. So this details has to be shared with the user. We will have to share this detail to the user. We can download one of the Excel file as well, and we can share with the user over the email. So in order, suppose we have provided this detail to the test user account. So how the test will log in? He would need one of this URL on regular basis. So let me go to another browser. I'm opening my Edge. I'm going to incognito mode. Here I am just pasting this URL. Once I will paste this URL, it will redirect me to the login page. See, this is the login page and you can see the account ID has been by default taken. You just need to enter your username, which is test, and the password ASD@12345678890. Then you would be able to sign in. In case you don't have this URL, suppose you forget this URL, then how you are going to log in? So what you need to do, don't worry about this URL. Just go to Google and simply type AWS account login, just like you were doing for your account login in. So AWS account login, in case you don't have the URL with you. Then go to sign in option, the same thing that we have done in order to sign in. Then here, it will look like this. Here you will have to enter your account ID. You should have your account ID with you. It is 12-digit number. So let's go to the portal. So let's go to the user list. Currently, you can see one user is created. Let me show you from the beginning again. We are in the home page. I'm logged in with my administrator account. Let's go to our IAM. Currently, you can see there is one user account. In the left side, if you click on users, you can see the name of that user account. If I click on this user account test, then you can see there is one ARN. ARN is what? ARN is my Amazon resource number. So this one, this number is my account ID, this one. And my username is what? Test. So this is my account ID. So it is asking this account ID. So I will have to share this account ID as well with the user, or I can share the URL as well. It is up to company. If company is saying that share the URL, then you will have to share the URL. If company says that share the account number as well, then you can also share the account ID. So for technical user, account ID sharing would be required as well. So just copy this account ID. This account ID will be required here. We can copy this one, paste it here. Then here we will have to paste. We will have to type the username, which is test, and the password. So from here also you can log in. In case you want to log in with the root account, then you can click on this option. You will redirect it to this option, to this page. So in order to log into the root account, you can enter the root details, just like I have done in the beginning. In order to log in with the IAM user, the test user, you need to enable this option. You need to type the account ID. So let's log in with the account. Let's start logging in. Where is the browser? This one. So I'm pasting the account ID here. Next, my username is test. My password is ASD@1234. It's capital ASD, I guess. Then sign in. If I will click on sign in, you can see it is asking me to change the password because I have enabled that option. I have selected that during the first login, I will have to change my password. So I am changing it. I am giving a new password here. So this is the first time that we will have to do it. From the next time onwards, we don't have to change our password. So password is changed. I am logged in. I am logged in with the portal now. Now in the left side, you can see I am logged in with the test account. See, test@my account ID. And if I click here on the drop down arrow, you can see I am one of the IAM user and my name is test. But if I go to my root account, this is my root account. If I click on my name, you can just see account ID only. So if only account ID is coming up, it means that's a root account. If I go to my IAM user, I'm logged in with the test. If I click on this option, if IAM user is written, it means that's a normal user account. That is a IAM user account. And every user account will have a unique account ID. Understood? This is how the user can log in into the portal. The test is logged in into the portal. And here you can see the services. So we will see the permission part as well, how to assign the permission, because currently user does not have any permission. He cannot access anything. He don't have any permission. He cannot even create anything. Here you can see error occurred because there is no permission assigned. So there will be errors. See, API error, everything there is error. Nothing can be done. See, because we have not assigned any permission, it is just a normal login. So we have to assign the permission as well for the authentication purposes, for the deployment purposes. So we will see that. Now let's go to the admin portal again. In the admin portal, if I scroll down in the test user account, you can see the detail it got created on this particular date and timing. Let me refresh this one. And let me log out from this test user account, sign out. I don't have to use this one now. So I'm going to my root now. Here you can see, if I refresh it, you can see it was last log on today. So you can see the sign in information as well. You can monitor this one as well. So it was last login, test user has last login today. And if I click on this, you can see it was logged in on this particular timing as per UTC. This is one of the European time zone, and it got logged in on this particular date and timing. So you would be able to see that. You would be able to see your login details from here. Then if I scroll it down, this one I will tell you, this is the option to change the password and attach the permission. This one also I will tell you how to attach the permission and all. In the group, it is not the member of any group yet. We have not created any group. Tag, we have not understood about it. Security credential, this is the credential that user can use to log in. This is the link. So this link can be used in order to log in. Access advisor, I will tell you later on. We have not discussed about it yet. So we have to discuss about permission part. We have just created the basic user account. Now suppose if I want to create a new user account. So again, I will go to the user, add user, the same thing. Suppose I am creating a new one, test2, provide access. I want to create IAM, and this time I am selecting the auto-generated password. I am not giving the manual password. So I will just select this option. User must create a new password if you want to allow this. Allowed. Next. No group, nothing. We will see this later on. Next. This is the user details. It is auto-generated password, and password has to be reset first time. So create user. Once you will click on create user, you can see it has been created successfully. Return to user list. Continue. Now you can see test2 user has been created. Now what is the password? What password you will give it to the user? So just click here in the test2. Once you will click here, if you will go down, it is not synced yet. It has not taken it. Let me refresh it. It has not taken the password yet. It is in sync mode. It may take some time. So you would be able to see your password as well. You need to provide that password to the user first time, and user will change it. This one I will discuss later on in the next session. What is MFA and all. There is a topic for this. So after some time, the password will reflect here, and you will have to share that password with the user in order to sign in first time. So it will come. It will take a couple of minutes. Even during the creation also, you can see it. If you have noticed the password, you can see it as well. Like add user. So once the password is changed by the user, then it will not reflect there. Then it will move.
Sir, is it possible to reset the password
Yes, yes,
like in the
yes.
Windows?
Yes, that is also possible. See this one. This is the option. If you want to reset the password, just go to the user console. In the user console, whatever password you want to reset, select the user account. Then go to IAM user change password. This one. So just click on this and you would be able to change it. See. In the IAM, I will have to discuss about the JSON part. From the JSON, you can change your password. So this is one of the JavaScript notation syntax. This is used for scripting purpose. So you can check your, you can change your password from here. So that's the reason I have just kept in pending, because I will have to discuss about this one. So from here, you can change the password. Like I will talk about this one, then I will tell you how to do that. Again, request and all I will discuss in the next session, not today. And if you want to change the password graphically also, then there is one option C, change password. But company generally perform this action from here. If you want to change the password of a specific user, only one user, then you can directly go and change. If you want to change multiple password at the same time, then you can go with the JSON. So we will discuss both. So just change password, just click on change password and you would be able to change it. See, username is coming, so you need to click on this. It will take some time to get reflect actually. It is not synced yet. So this option will be highlighted, then you would be able to change it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this was just the introduction of user creation and user login, how you can log in into the portal, and the portal overview. The region is completed. Region part is very important. So yes, paired region concept, that is also done. Subscription and how to check the subscription, the ID part, that is done. Then we have started our IAM. IAM is not completed yet. We have only touched user account part. The permission is pending, the roles are pending, the password part is pending, MFA part is pending, the policies part is pending. So it is the matter of one class only. Within one class, the IAM part will be completed. So I think I will complete this IAM on Saturday. Then on Sunday, we will start a new topic in AWS. I am planning to start EC2, the server. So after IAM, we will start the EC2 part. Elastic Compute Cloud. That's the full form. So we have just started our IAM. This one, you should be very good in this concept, how to check subscription ID, what is the paired region concept, what is the regional pairing and all. So you will have to check it on the portal. Just do the practicals. Just check, just explore the portal. Do this user account practical. Create the user, sign in with the user. Just check what options are coming in the user accounts. Just check all the things so that you can get familiar with the services. And don't do any further practical without my guidance because there are costs involved. So don't do any further practical without any guidance. Once you will have some level of knowledge, then you can do it. And whatever practical you do, make sure after the practical, just delete everything. Just delete. In order to delete, you need to type delete here and delete. Deleting users because there are charges. If you will keep the resources in pending condition, AWS is going to charge you. So you have the free account, although you have the free account, but in the free account, there are some limit, there are some credit. So if you will not delete the resources, that credit amount will be consumed, that free points will be consumed, and you will not be able to use it for 1 year then. So after every practical, delete the resource, there won't be any charges. In company pays the charges because they don't delete anything. They will keep the resources intact. So just to save the cost, just to save the points for 1 year at least, delete the resources. So just do this practical in the next session on Saturday. Just come up with your doubt and I will complete this IAM part on Saturday. And on Sunday, I will start a new topic, which is called EC2. So let's connect on next weekend. Then I will upload the videos for today and yesterday's session along with the document. So not tonight because it's very late. So I will do it by tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Just
Okay,
have
sir.
a good night. Bye.
Okay, sir. Bye bye.